Hey, welcome to another episode of Chopping It Up. I am Crunk Chocolates. I'm here with the show, bro. Sharpie Charlie, what's up, brother? How's it going?
Man, it's great. Happy to be back talking city after a nice, I guess I would say holiday, taking some time off. So it's good to be back. How are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I did actually take like 5 weeks off about this summer. I did not at all last summer. And when the season came, I definitely was already exhausted. So I'm super excited, refreshed, and ready to go talk some city. Shady Gang, if you aren't, I guess, if you're just listening, you wouldn't know. But if you're watching the video, you can see the third person here. It's been a few months. We got our good friend back. I've truly have missed bugging him about questions and trying to see what I can get out of him. But honestly, he's a professional, so he knows how to answer and not answer the questions. But today we got some good ones. We got months to catch up on, and we're going to do that. Shady Gang, give it up for Northern football reporter for the Daily Mail, Jack Gaughan. How are you, friend?
Yeah, all right. We've been recording for a minute and 37, and I've not been able to stifle my smirk throughout it just because of the way you introduced the show. So normally I'm quite good. Normally I don't like smile or whatever, but I just couldn't.
You're here
Too
with
long. I
friends.
wasn't expecting it. I'd forgotten about it, and it just caught me unawares.
One of a kind, that crunk
Yeah, yeah.
intro. Nobody like it in the world.
Oh man, but truly, like it's this in general. Getting into this space, doing Shades of Blue, I have gotten to know so many really dope people, and you're pretty high up on the list. I'm not just saying this because the recording's
Pretty
on.
high.
You're pretty high.
Pretty
I don't
high.
want to insult other people, so I don't want to tell you
So you'll
specifically how
insult me
high
instead.
you are. Well, you understand.
Yeah, yeah. It's the game.
Oh man. Well, before I get into the actual like hard hitting questions, I do want to hear how was your experience in America for the Club World Cup? How was all that?
Yeah, it was great. I've said to you loads of times. I love it every time I go to America. Really, really enjoy it. So that was good. The football I thought was a bit strange. Basically, there wasn't any appetite for the tournament at all, like this side of the pond. So like drumming up interest was quite tricky. Um, and yeah, I just like watching sport as a reporter in America is always a bit weird because you're always behind glass.
Mm.
So it's like something's going on in front of me over there, but I'm not really part of it because I can't hear what's going on properly, and I'm not part of the
Mm.
atmosphere and whatever. So
Mm.
you do feel a bit detached quite a lot, which is why we were saying before about Atlanta and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium being probably the best, well, definitely the best stadium I went to. You're outside and you're part of it, and that was the beauty of it, which is why I really really enjoyed covering the Al Ain game there, and hopefully get to go back at the World Cup next summer.
Yeah. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. That
Should
would
be
be
good.
great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I never really thought about that aspect. America, we love our sweets, and so they're like locked
It's
in and
really
air
hard.
conditioned. And
Honestly, it's genuinely really hard to sort of get a gauge of not what's going on, because obviously you watch it, but how supporters and people within the stadium are reacting to certain events. It's a bit like covering football during COVID, which I hated because you weren't
Mm.
like empty stadium or whatever. It forces you to actually watch the sport, and then you having a debate with yourself on whether do I actually like the sport or is it just the like hoopla around it that I enjoy.
well, yeah, and like you said, if you can't really hear all the sounds and the noise, you could easily just kind of like mentally veer off or start having a conversation with somebody.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
oh, that's very fair. It's very fair. Uh, okay, this Puma deal, I wanted to talk about mainly because I wasn't aware there were so many City fans who hate the Puma kits. Like I know that it was
Man,
like a conversation, but the announcement that the new deal, $1 billion, a decade extension, which I thought it was. I guess this is how I see it. I see it one as an incredible flex for Man City. Yes, the money, but Puma now makes the Premier League football, and Puma only sponsors Man City. Like it, I think it should. A lot of as City fans, we should kind of take pride in that, where it's just like there's only one team they want to work with, while making the league's soccer ball like that. I don't know. And obviously it's purposeful. The best team in the land and all the world, obviously. But what I wanted to ask you about is, first off, does the deal cover all of the clubs in the City football group, or is it like specifically City? I'm only asking because does that mean they could possibly get some more money? You know?
Yeah. So the initial or the original contract that Puma signed, or the partnership that they agreed, was incorporated the majority of the CFG clubs. This extension is just for City, and then all the other CFG clubs will negotiate their own extensions. So that headline figure is a Man City figure.
Let's go.
And it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
I don't really know the breakdown of it, because the original 65 million, however many years ago that was, God, I can't remember when that was, did incorporate CFG or some of the clubs. So obviously the 100 million there'll be some will come under that umbrella, but they are being left to renegotiate their own. So then it becomes a little bit complicated without being able to see the actual contract. But yeah, obviously the majority is City's sponsorship, as it was when they signed the first deal.
And I know Nike and Adidas would have loved to take City away from Puma. Do you know if there were actual I'm sure they talked, but do you know if there was an actual chance of City leaving Puma?
Yeah, I don't know, because there would always be a chance, because if the money was right, then these clubs choose the best financial package, don't they? But they did field bids, but then, I mean, Puma's bid's absolutely massive, and you talk to people around the club, and they're really happy with the collaboration, the sort of stuff that I'm not really interested in, like the collaboration that they would do for kit launches and all that sort of stuff, and what they do with the players and things. Like, apparently it's gone really, really well, and they're sort of in tune with what each other want. So from that aspect, they think it's been a really profitable collaboration and partnership. So if it was, I don't know, Adidas came in with the same sort of money as Puma, then given what's happened over the last few years, I presume they would have always gone with Puma, because they have that relationship built over a number of years.
Yeah, and you can see the collaborations that they do, and in the end, you want somebody who wants you and goes above and beyond to represent you, and I definitely think Puma does that. We see all the time with Nike and Adidas, they just do copy paste kits and things like that. People hate that rain kit, but I love it because it's original. It's a 101. I get it is kind of a lot. It's like an overstimulating shirt, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it, and it might end up becoming my favorite one of the year. And also, it kind of feels like it's the sequel to the lightning kit. It's like the part 2. It's first you get the lightning, then you get the rain. I don't know. I like it.
See, that kit, when it first came out, people hated it. I remember the same reaction. It was like, oh my God, what is this? What are these lightning bolts? What is that? And then you saw it on the pitch. And obviously that was a really successful year. And it was like, oh, now this kit is fun. We wear it in Champions League and we're scoring all these goals, and Haaland's going hat tricks. And so I think over time, people will always, the kits grow. And for Puma, I think every year, because I have the boxes that come with the authentic kits, and I love that as a collectible. I can look back now in the last 3 seasons since I've started, and it's like my background for when we record. And like, I think that's the difference. Whereas you look at Barcelona for Nike or Real Madrid for Adidas and now Liverpool, like they don't have that same type of collectible feel. It's just the shirt comes and it's like, okay, cool. But when you can get something extra for it, it's like, okay, now like I want to support the club. I want to, spend my $180 or whatever, to have this memento. And then like people can pass it down and like, make a decoration, all that good stuff.
Charlie, was that like a conscious effort to start a collectibles like kind of shirt?
Yeah, so like two of my friends out in LA, the Damali twins, like they are huge shirt owners. Like they go
It's
back
so funny.
to probably 2011, 2012. And when I started hanging out with them in Hollywood, MCFC, like I started seeing theirs and I was like, oh, I used to only get like one shirt a year, like just a home kit, whatever. And then I was like, oh, let me get all of them. Like, why not? And so now it's like, it really is a conscious effort. And I spread it out because it is expensive. So it's like, I'll get one at the start of the year, one around Christmas. And then one, they always have a great sale around like January. So I get like 40% off. So it's like, okay, I'll pick up a third there. But yeah, I love it now. Cause it's like, when people ask like, what are these boxes? Like, and then I can tell the story. And it's like, so it's a nice little conversation starter for sure.
Yes, sir.
Because I can't get excited about any City kits because my team plays in bright tangerine, so it's like you're never going to get a better football shirt than what Blackpool play in. So I don't know, lightning bolts, whatever. It's not the same.
I want to talk about. I guess it's paying attention to what others are doing, but it'll come back to City. The spending that Liverpool's done over the summer, 300 plus million spent. Chelsea doing their usual recruitment on top of winning Club World Cup. Arsenal finally got their striker. And then over here at City, yes, they brought in the players before Club World Cup, but I really wanted Livramento. And we still have so many veteran players that I thought would probably leave in the summer. People are a little worried that City weren't as ruthless, I guess, as we were expecting or anticipating. Do you agree with that sentiment, or
yeah? I mean, there's still 5 weeks to go. And from the conversations I've had this week, so I've been off since the Club World Cup finished. So I've been coming at it like you were saying about holidays before. I've tried to have 3 weeks of not really doing much football. So the conversation, as I was ringing people I'd not spoken to in a few weeks and seeing what was going on, the sort of message that was coming back player wise, that they were probably, a few of them were going to wait till Wolves and see how it shake down at Wolves, and go, right, I'm not in the squad. Now it's time to say, right, I'm going, because I don't think any of them want to leave. Primarily, and I don't think many people want to hear this, but primarily because they're not going to get paid the same money anywhere else, and that's
real.
Just a fact.
Yeah.
So I think a few of them will wait for Wolves. Maybe I was talking to someone at the club today where I was suggesting maybe that might even be accelerated by Palermo. Maybe he won't take a full complement to Palermo and use it as a European away, like a Champions League game, really, where they take 23 players. They had 30 available to train this week, so that's quite a lot that wouldn't make it in that travelling party. I don't know how many he's going to take to Sicily, but so that might sort of accelerate it. But yeah, there were a few that were waiting for Wolves.
Interesting.
And yeah, look, they're going to have to get rid of players, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. They've got to get rid of 5 foreign players, unless he's going to leave people out of the Champions League squad, which, knowing what we know about Guardiola, I can't see him signing up for that, because you can't see it. And then McAtee's going to go, obviously. Grealish is going to go. Phillips is going to go. You'd assume one of the Unks is going to go, but it sort of depends on the offer, doesn't it? Kovacic isn't fit at the moment, still injured. So has that had an impact on sort of talks with us? You don't.
That he's playing 4D chess. You can't get sent away if you're hurt.
Well, see, that's the thing with Phillips too, right? Like, isn't Phillips still recovering
Yeah.
from his injury, and so like maybe it's like a January transfer thing?
I think they might. I think they might have a real problem with Phillips.
Oh,
Like, just because Phillips has been in